Hello, we've been getting a lot of complaints about some of the tweets that you've made recently about just a couple of things in general. I was wondering if you wanted to provide some reasoning as to why you would say something like this. What you said, and I quote, is you want to throw your hands with puppies like you want some Michael Vick shit, okay? And you also said that you, and I quote, wish you were a dog so you could finally get some real bitches. Can you explain to me why you would say something like this?
All right, listen, dude, all right? Cancel culture, I see
okay.
cancel culture starting to get to you, man, and I think it's just going a little bit too far. I'm just saying some jokes.
Dude,
like, it's just
you work at a fucking animal shelter. What's up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Skinny back at it again with another video essay. With the state of current public opinion, we're seeing a lot of people get called out for their actions constantly. And with the extreme ass state of everything, there's a large group of people who fucking hate that people are getting canceled. Another group who thrives off that shit. So, what does any of this have to do with comedy? Well, right now, everything. So, what is an offensive joke? Well, actually, it's a joke that's offensive. What else would it fucking be? But actually, whether or not a joke is offensive kind of depends on bias. Kinda, not fully. If you make a joke about black people to a guy named Greg, you can imagine what race Greg is. And he thinks it's pretty funny, that doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't an offensive joke. If a group of people is the butt of your joke, then likelihood is someone in that group could be offended by it, therefore making it technically offensive. Or is it? People like to argue that when it comes to comedy, a joke can't be too offensive. I mean, it's a joke. Who the fuck would get offended by a joke? Well, to be honest, more people than you think. Anyways, I actually think there's a time and a place for some real good fucked up humor. Alright, and let's say you're a comedian, you're on a stage, and you got some real offensive bangers to rustle up that audience you got. I think that's perfectly fine. You're pretty much an actor. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Now let's take that comedian and make them an incel. And then take that stage and make it Twitter. Well, the likelihood of that joke not landing just skyrocketed a lot, buddy. There's one crucial thing, other than sex, that separates the comedian from the incel. And there's another thing that separates some good old-fashioned traditional comedy from you being a bigoted piece of shit. Let's talk about it. Who the hell was that? Read the room. I'm being dead ass. This is the biggest problem with trying to get away with offensive humor. If the group of people you're making a joke about is present, you're probably gonna offend somebody. You can't blame cancel culture for that. And as someone who thinks cancel culture goes way too far, way too often, I keep seeing people say fucked up shit and then being surprised Pikachu face when people are not happy about it. When you make a joke on social media where a person of every race, sexuality, creed, or even species has the potential of seeing what you say, maybe you should just leave it in the drafts. When a comedian is on the stage performing, I usually interpret them as somewhat of an actor. They can take their performance wherever, and crossing that line can really make for some clever humor. The thing is that if they make a joke that's offensive, then they risk their joke not only missing the landing, but crashing through the pavement. Edgy humor is risky, and if you lack the cleverness, creativity, or comedic skill to pull it off, then you can't be surprised when shit don't work out in your favor. One last thing about edgy shit is that I think we need to pay close attention to what people are saying. Like, dark humor is cool and all, but if someone is directing jokes at a specific group constantly, it's possible that person might have problems with that group. For example, if someone is making a lot of predatory jokes about children, then that's something that we should probably look into. You can't write these behaviors off as just edgy humor, because words have meaning and can signify a whole lot of different things. But I also think that taking humor up to an 11 has its place. I think humor is malleable, and crossing that line with it can not only be a good coping mechanism, but a means to communicate complicated ideas. Also, that shit is just fun. All in all, I think offensive jokes heavily revolve around not only context, but treating those around you with some respect. Like, maybe if someone gets offended by your joke, you should just chill out and apologize. I mean, there's no reason to be a bitch about it, right?